Record batches can come from many places, normally from outside vendors and dealers, but also from other libraries. When you upload a batch of records, Evergreen uses something called a match set, a particular kind of information from your record, such as ISBN or UPC. The match set is used to search Spark's holdings and to determine whether what you are importing is already present. If you do try to import something that Spark already has, that's okay, that's not a problem, but the record that is currently in Spark will be kept. Any holdings attached to what you are importing will be automatically connected to the current record in Spark. And finally, some batches of records have holdings, call numbers and barcodes, already connected with them. And other batches do not, they only have the MARC records. We will go through the batch import process twice. The first time we will use a batch of records without attached holdings, and the next time we will use a batch of records that does have holdings. So, let us suppose that we have a batch of records that we need to import. Like I just said, this batch of record does not have attached holdings. To do this, we start by going to the cataloging menu at the top of the screen, and then we select MARC Batch Import /Export. This is the first screen that you will see. I know that there are a lot of settings and a lot of options here, but we will do our best to walk through everything. The first area to point out is record type. The default value here is bibliographic records. Just leave that as it is. There are options for importing authority records and acquisition records, but they have nothing to do with what we're going to be going through right now. Next, we need to create an upload queue. So go to the space that says Select or Create a Queue, click in the relevant area, and type in a queue name. Try to give each queue that you create a unique label. It will make it easier to go back later and see what record was uploaded when. I often start my queue names with the date, and then I add one or two other identifying phrases. Below that is Record Match Set. This is the standard that Evergreen will use to compare MARC records being batch imported with the MARC records that are already in Spark. Click the drop-down and then select the one option that comes up, ISBN. Below that is Holdings Import Profile. This is a section that you only need to worry about if your record batch has attached holdings. And since the batch that we're importing right now does not have attached holdings, just leave this section alone. Below there, we have Merge Profile. Click the drop-down box, and from the options that appear, select Match Only Merge. The next four categories below there, we don't need to do anything or change anything with them. Just leave them be. Going up to the top of the next column, the next place that we need to look is Select a Record Source. Click the drop-down and set the value to System Local. The section immediately beneath, Limit Matches to Bucket. There's nothing that we need to change here or alter, so skip this area. And finally, below there, a series of checkboxes, all of which have to do with matching options. There are 3 of these that we need to select: import non-matching records, merge on single match, and merge on best match. All of the upload settings are now properly configured. If you use Batch Import on a regular basis, you can buy yourself some time in the future by saving everything that we just entered in as a template. To do this, go to Apply/Create Form Template. Click in the text entry area and type in a template name. Then click the green button that says Save as New Template. The next time that you load up MARC Batch Import/Export, if you click here, a drop-down will appear with the template that you just created. And if you select that name, all of the settings that we just inputted will be automatically applied. Well, actually, just to clarify, the one thing that a template does not save is the queue name. You will have to manually enter that each time, no matter what. In any case, all of the settings are now properly configured, so it is now time to upload the batch of records. Please direct your attention to the File to Upload area. We need to click the Choose File button, then browse to wherever the record batch is saved, and select it. It should be in .mrc format. There's nothing left to do now, so click the green button that says Upload. While the upload happens, 3 progress bars will appear. You might need to scroll down a little on your screen to be able to see them, and depending on how large your batch of records is, it might take a little while for all of them to fill up. But when all of the bars finally have reached 100%, and again you might need to scroll down even more on your screen to view everything, click the teal button that says Go to Queue. And here we can see a summary of what happened to all of the MARC records that we uploaded. There were a total of 8 records in our batch upload, and all of them uploaded successfully. Of those 8, matching records in Spark were found for 3. You can see that by consulting the Matches column. The Imported As column shows the TCNs for each imported record. If you click one of the numbers in that column, it will take you right to the catalog record. You can attach an item record by going to the Add Holdings button right now if you want. The last thing to cover here is how to bring up a queue of imports after the fact. It's a fairly straightforward matter, really. Just load MARC Batch Import/Export, and then click up top where it says Inspect Queue. And from here, just find the row for the queue that you want to look at and double-click on it somewhere. And incidentally, this is where it really comes in handy, selecting names for your queues that are unique and logical and distinct. Once you double-click there, well, here the queue is, ready for us to review or do whatever it is that we need to do.